Are you ready to mock?
Welcome to Mock of Love,
A weekly podcast providing commentary on VH1's golden age of celebrity reality dating shows. I'm Andy.
and I'm Ashley. Andy, will we be doing any research on these shows?
Almost none.
Will it be kid-friendly?
Fuck no.
Will it be bitchy and hilarious?
Absolutely.
Step into our playhouse and mock our world.
This is Mock of Love. Every single time, Ashley. Every single time without fail.
Click track.
The click track is on, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, but it bothers me that I have to wait 8 counts. So I have to stop and start over again.
Every single time we start this podcast.
Which we are doing right now.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Ashley. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Andy?
Good. This is Mock of Love.
It is.
It's episode 22.
That's right, which is season 2, episode 9 of Rock of Love.
What's it called?
It's called Going to EX-treme.
Yeah, they emphasize the X. That's important.
Yes.
They
It's
put
an
a little
EX-hyphen tremes.
For reasons you can only imagine. It's probably an absolute mystery why they might be doing such a thing. Did they do something like this on season 1?
No, their parents came.
That's right.
I'm not saying that's not still going to happen. I can't remember on this season if the parents end up coming towards the end.
Honestly, I don't think they do.
Yeah, maybe they did exes instead of parents.
I feel like Daisy's like, they're like, Daisy's an orphan.
Yeah.
We can't do a parent episode. It's too sad.
Is she really?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just made that up. She just gives orphan energy.
Oh, no. Daisy.
I'm too mean to Daisy. I apologize. I've heard she's very sweet and kind in real life. And we hope that's true.
Yes.
I got a song, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm over here warming up.
Yeah.
Please, I think I'm turning 43. I've been getting emails from AARP. Hey, I got a colonoscopy. They say I'm young and robust and cancer won't take me. Please, let me be your birthday boy of love.
Oh, it's Andy's birthday tomorrow.
That's right. It will have been my birthday by the time you're listening to this episode.
Yes.
Yeah. But I figured I'd do a little self-celebration, really pat myself on the back.
No, I love it. I feel real shitty for not singing you a birthday song.
No, what do you mean?
You had to write
birthday yet.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
It doesn't
But
count
we're
yet.
here with all our friends.
We're here with all our friends, by which we mean you, the listener, and our
Yes.
2 dogs. That
Yes.
You might hear jingle jangle in the background from time to time. But we're gonna jump into the action because what a great place to start. So the gist of going to extremes. This was. Do you have anything to start off with? You always take copious notes, and I do not mean to stomp on your work.
No. I like to just throw down like quotes that I think are funny, and I'm not going to remember them exactly if I don't like write them down. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to start this one except Bret says, "Who's telling the truth and who ain't?" So that's why the exes are coming.
He's so cool. He talks like a genuine dude.
Yeah.
I think
down to earth.
What's interesting, so they get the memo from Big John, Sweetie Pie Big John, and the note says that they're going to do another elimination. Yeah. They're not going to do 2 days.
My heart is a little sore because after tonight, I'll only have 4.
Like, and what's interesting, he was all butthurt after Kristy Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that like why he wants to do it so quickly?
I don't know, but
he's
it
like,
does.
I gotta do this fast.
The energy in the episode and him changes dramatically. It is very much all right, time to just crank through the rest of you hoes, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it is a very
and they all know
machine.
at this point, like, they're kind of the defaults.
Yeah.
He really wanted Kristy Joe, and that wasn't gonna work out, but
so
you
now,
guys are still here.
I guess it's you 5.
Yeah.
The forgettable 5.
Yes, exactly.
The forgettable 5. So
God,
so
that's
Bret is
perfect.
wearing the same clothes I believe he was wearing yesterday.
Yeah, you pointed that out.
And he even dons the Don Ed Hardy jacket.
Oh
again.
my God.
But anyway, I just need to point that out. But the
Worth
action
pointing
starts
out.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah, these girls' exes start showing up real quick. Destiny's ex-husband, Adam, pops in. I didn't know that she had an ex-husband, but, here he is.
And he looks like a real square.
He does. He really does. He's wearing like a sweater with a polo shirt
yes,
underneath.
My ex-wife is a porn star, and yes, my entire outfit is structure.
Yeah.
And this is a Kangol.
Yeah, he has like a Newsboys cap on.
A Newsies, not a Newsboys.
Sorry.
Very different things.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Whatever.
Newsboys. He's in a Christian rock band? That's amazing.
Oh my God, I had their CD. Ew.
Who didn't? And then Megan's ex shows up.
Yes, Josh. It's some guy she kind of dated for 6 months, but he had a girlfriend, I guess, at that time, and he wanted his girlfriend, not Megan. So she makes it clear that she felt very rejected by this doofus of a dude.
He's kind of a doofus.
Yeah, a little bit.
But evidently he owns a bar. And maybe that's why Megan wants to date him, because she is a climber as much as she is a dater.
Yes.
She does not date.
And she doesn't mince words about it.
Exactly. We know.
She knows exactly who she is.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So Amber's worried that her ex-fiance is going to show up.
Yeah. I guess they were together for 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get any of her exes to show up. So we get Marshall Cuso from Common Side Effects.
Oh my God.
We get an extra.
Does look like him.
From Office Space.
Yeah.
We get any number of Mike Judge characters you could throw at us.
There's a Hawaiian shirt.
And there are glasses.
Sealing the deal.
and an undershirt. Like he is giving me engineer hard.
Totally.
This man is straight out of a Dilbert comic.
Yeah, and it's like her friend. It's not an ex. His name is Adam. Also, Adam number 2.
Yeah, it doesn't get that complicated, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We don't need to keep track of them real close.
Yeah.
Last but not least, wait, do we have one more?
We missed Jessica's ex, Casey.
Oh, that's right.
She was like, why'd they pick the guy who treated me like crap? So we never learned much about him, but apparently they didn't have a good relationship.
Yeah, and they were only together for 6 months or something.
Yeah.
And then Daisy's ex.
Yes, Charles.
What to say about Charles?
He looks like it's like that thing where Pete Wentz mated with
douchey Jack White.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But roided out Jack White.
Yeah.
Clearly this guy just does bicep day.
He is 2008 emo at its peak.
Mm-hmm.
Just
black swept hair.
Blacks. Yeah, exactly. A wife beater.
He has.
Can I use that term anymore?
I think
I
don't know.
Tank top.
You can use it. I can't.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
But yeah, he is wearing a wife beater.
Yeah.
Oops, I used it.
Oops.
And he's wearing a hat.
A top hat?
It is a pork pie.
Okay.
Do you want me to Google this for you, babe? That is to be specific.
You know all of these proper hat names so
hat.
well.
I believe it's a pork pie. Yeah, that's a pork pie.
Okay, maybe.
Look, it's absolutely the he even has the feather in it.
Okay.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not buying it. It's a little top hatty to me.
It is
because it's taller than those.
Okay. It's just an extra douchey pork pie.
Yeah.
It's a custom pork pie that has.
He's tatted up. He has a studded belt on. He's a whole vibe, and it's exactly who you might think Daisy would date.
Yeah. We're missing a very important part of this.
Yeah.
We're basically doing a long jacket on Charlie.
Yeah, we are. Maybe that could be our long jacket because there's not a gray brow one.
Take two.
Okay.
Hey, Ashley.
Wait, pause it.
Pausing it.
God, we're so behind.
Do you like a Charlie with a short skirt and a
top hat?
And a top jacket. Welcome to Top Hat. It's the segment of Mock of Love where we discuss Daisy's boyfriend's bad clothes that we just discussed for the last 5 minutes. I don't know that we're going to do a whole lot more.
No, we don't need to redo it.
At the same time.
But it did deserve its own song.
It really did. Mm-hmm. And there is one aspect that we have not talked about, Ashley.
What?
I don't understand how it's not in your fucking notes. What is on his hat? What is on his hat?
Is it a
patch.
sticker?
It's
a
a
patch?
patch that says white trash.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. How did I miss that?
It takes all any cool like emo style that he, any credibility he might have gotten from biting Pete Wentz or maybe even Jack White or somebody, and absolutely throws it
biting them
in a fucking like new metal garbage can. Like
yeah,
it's
super cheesy.
It's real bad. It's now all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm emo, but also I listen to a lot of Puddle of Mud.
It's giving Puddle of Mud.
It is. It's a really tough look he's trying to pull off, and he's so confident about it.
He
too.
is. He's like cool as ice.
Ditch the zero, get with the hero. That is a quote from the movie Cool as Ice.
Oh my God.
With Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, he just like struts in. He like acts all cool. Apparently he's in a band. This is Charles. Welcome, Charles.
And now we know about Charles.
Yes.
Anyway, last but not least,
Bret's ex shows up.
Heather.
Is it Jess?
No. Heather
It's
Chadwell.
Heather. Yes.
And she is here to suss out the finer points of fucking the finer points of the truth and the lies going on in the house.
Yeah, she's here to like I don't know, ask a lot of questions, dig up some dirt on the girls.
I'm sorry. Charlie's fucking beard. I'm back to Charlie again.
Yeah, we do need to go in reverse.
It's a real Tony Wonder. It's a Tony Wonder beard from Ben Stiller's character from from
oh my God,
Arrested Development.
Is.
It's a Tony Wonder beard.
It is.
It's like it makes a W, guys.
Wow.
It goes straight down from the flavor saver and with nothing on the sides of it until it gets to like a gnarly, just cheesy W goatee.
Oh my God.
Sorry, you thought Long Jacket was over, folks.
It's the never ending, the long jacket that keeps on giving.
We're gonna have to revisit it again, I bet, in a minute. Anyway, Heather's here. Sorry.
No, Heather's here. Heather's here.
And she's obviously got the girls out in a deep V.
Yes. The V almost goes down to her vag, and she says, "I hope you brought your extra liver, bitches."
Which, thank God. We weren't going to have any fun.
It does finally get interesting.
Like, we had a lot of drama,
house.
and now we get to have
Isn't
fun.
that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, things got interesting back at the house when the shots start flowing.
And I'm wondering, and so what's happened is that Bret is taking the dude exes out on a dude date.
Yes.
And then, meanwhile, Heather's hanging out with the girls at the mansion, getting them wasted. I'm wondering if part of the drinking restrictions is keeping men away from them while they're drinking.
Oh,
to prevent any SA kind of incidents or any,
you're probably right.
You know, because it's like, this is interesting. What changed?
They gave them
dynamic?
I don't know. They gave them a hall pass to get drunk.
Right.
I don't know.
When it's just the girls, it's all on. And Heather takes full advantage.
But it's just the girls a lot.
It's true. That's a good point.
I think they're literally not staying at this house, and so why would they have drunk party scenes?
Oh,
so they're like, Heather's here. We're gonna
hotel.
have a drunk party scene.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That could be too. Okay.
I don't know.
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
Well, so, but with Heather, she demands the women get wasted, do body shots, take off their tops.
Yeah, immediately.
It's all going
everybody
down.
is starting to slur almost immediately.
Yeah. And then what we learn, and that is wonderful television.
It is.
It is a feast for the eyes. Boobies everywhere.
Yes.
That's
what I'm looking for.
Well, no. But it is a feast for the eyes in comparison to the television poison that is the guys.
Oh my
God. The guys' date.
I don't know what they were thinking or why they thought
so
a bunch of ex-boyfriends would just sit down and start dishing dirt on their ex-girlfriends.
Like,
none of them know each other.
No.
Right? None of them seem to particularly like Bret very
Many
much.
of them seem to want to show up and make sure that they appear to be more alpha.
Right.
Charlie.
Right.
Casey. You know?
Yeah.
Megan's boyfriend, who we will learn explicitly, is there to promote his bar in Chicago and is wearing a shirt, and that's the main reason he's there.
Yeah.
So he's not here to strike up a conversation, Mr. Jones. He
kind of like, it's just awkward. I don't know. They don't, nobody cares to be the first person to talk. So Bret's like,
He's like, what am I doing? Guys don't get together and talk about feelings.
Yeah.
Dear God.
This is my own doing and my own demise.
It's a deafening silence until he kind of like starts breaking the ice by just directly asking each one about their ex-girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And so like Amber's friend says she's just really sincere and doesn't have anything bad to say about her because it's her friend. So why would he have anything bad to say about her? You know, Jessica's dude says, what's his name? Casey. He says she's sweet, but maybe too innocent to handle his rock and roll lifestyle.
Meanwhile, Josh has plenty to say.
Yeah, Josh says, you know, Megan is fun. She's funny, but it's hard to tell if she's with you because she likes you or because she wants something from you.
Ta-da!
Yeah, which I think is very accurate.
Yeah.
Like what we were saying earlier, how she's kind of a climber.
Yeah.
It's like she says she is,
yes.
and we believe her.
She spells
you know?
it out.
Yeah. And so you can imagine being in a relationship with that girl is like, okay, are you here for me?
Right.
Or
are you here for the money I have?
Yeah, exactly. So he has no qualms with just telling Bret that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, Bret's finally like, okay,
Yeah.
we're getting somewhere here.
Yeah.
And Heather.
And he also reveals that she was on another reality show.
Yes.
Which
Bret didn't know.
He volunteers that information.
This is the
like,
first time Bret
as
finds
if
out.
to say, she's here to be on another reality show.
Yes. This won't be the last time
she's
we
not
see
here
her.
for you.
Yeah.
She's here to get famous. And
sorry.
he's not wrong.
No.
Because she does so many VH1 reality shows after this show.
Yeah.
Like she's all about it.
It's she found a way to make money while tanning and eating sushi.
Yeah, exactly.
And she never left. Why would she?
Exactly.
But meanwhile, like, so Bret's having like pulling teeth with these guys trying to get anything except Josh, who's willing to share shit. But Heather figured out the miracle truth serum is vodka.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's
buzzed and is just spilling their guts about
Destiny's got her titties out.
Yeah.
And her full cooch.
Heather tells her to like do a naked cartwheel and she's like, okay. And she like, it's like literally full frontal nudity
It is
of her doing cartwheels.
Now, bear in mind, everybody, this show is on the Disney streaming platform.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I don't know if you remember me saying that. I think it was it Heather?
It was Heather.
Heather who said like, we were told everything was going to be blurred. And then when these episodes aired in Europe, it was like just the uncensored version. And now what's been released like to the internet is the uncensored.
Yep.
And she's like, they lied to us.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's like in the fine print of the contract that they're allowed to do that, you know.
International distribution.
But it sounds like things were verbally said.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Destiny full frontal.
Well, why did she do that? Because Heather started a game of Truth or Dare, got them drunk, and started playing Truth or Dare. Yeah. This is how you do it, Bret.
Yeah.
This is how you crack these little eggs.
Heather's good at it because she's acting like she's friends with them and like they're all partying together and she's being really sweet about everything she says, but you can tell it's all really calculated.
Yeah.
Because like with Destiny, she's poking at like, you really like rock stars, huh? So what are your favorite bands? Oh, have you ever dated anyone in a band? And it's all about like, they think Destiny is basically a groupie.
She's a homie hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she does say she dated the drummer for Nikki Sixx's side project band, Brides of Destruction.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Was Nikki Sixx's?
Nikki Sixx, who's the guitar player for Motley Crue.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Bret with his guy date, he's talking to Destiny's ex, and he basically says like, "Oh, she loves dudes in pants."
Yeah.
Just
Well, what he said was that she likes to go to lots of concerts.
Right.
And he always knew that about her.
which, is there anything sluttier a girl can do or enjoy?
It's my favorite thing in the world. But yeah, it's like, I think her ex was trying to be nice about it, but I feel like the show's twisting it into she's a groupie.
She's a groupie.
Which, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a type. I'm just saying, is all I'm saying, you know?
It was apropos of nothing. I just think
I'm just not judging
there's
her.
nothing wrong with that.
There's maybe nothing wrong with that.
So Jessica, like, immediately starts crying. She
Yeah.
doesn't drink.
Yeah, she's wasted. She's wasted.
It is still like the morning.
It's very bright and early.
Yeah.
And she is just like, she's starting to slur back. She's not to like the blackout point yet at this point in the episode, but like she's slurring. She like Heather pulls her aside. Well, first of all, Megan basically throws her under the bus. Yeah. Heather's talking to all of them, and Megan says, you know, I know this is the girl that I'm closest to in the house, but I just really think that Jessica is too innocent for Bret. You know, like she's just too much.
You to work on your Megan accent.
I know you're way better.
More. It's gotta get a little bit up here.
I was doing a light one.
You want to be intelligible when you do Megan.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's your mistake.
Yeah, and that's the absolute mistake.
Her voice. There's going to be some good Megan drops. I'll get some Megan drops in here. Just, you know, be ready for them. I don't know where I'm going to put them.
Throw them in. Throw them in.
They're good, though.
I just feel like Jessica's too innocent and she's too not prepared for
his lifestyle?
For him.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so Jessica starts crying because Megan hurt her feelings. They're like best friends.
And also she's wasted.
She's so wasted. So she goes into the other room with Heather and just starts spilling her guts about like all the girls, which I thought was really cute.
And then not 2 minutes later in the episode, at least in episode time, Daisy starts sobbing uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere in the kitchen.
She, like, Amber and someone else are trying to talk to her, and she's like, no. And she's, like, smearing makeup on her face and just out of nowhere, like, starting to sob. And it's like.
And it makes one wonder, Ashley.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's
going on, Daisy?
There are like 3 or 4 of those in this episode.
What's going on, Daisy? What's going on with Daisy? What's going on?
That is, so the whole what's going on in this episode is Daisy and Charles.
Yes.
But it does come up like 3 different times. I wrote in big letters, what's going on?
What's going on with her, though?
What
is she sharing with Heather? What could be, why is she sobbing uncontrollably?
Apparently, girl, her and Charles still live together. Ooh.
Yeah.
Just something that was conveniently left out.
How many bedrooms does their apartment have, Ashley?
Uno.
1 bedroom apartment.
1 bedroom.
1 bedroom.
Nobody even really asks about the sleeping arrangement, except, do you guys still sleep together? And they both swear that they don't. Daisy's like, no, it's not. She's like blubbering to Heather right now.
Yeah.
We've known each other a long time, and we had signed a lease.
And then
it's like we couldn't get out of the lease, and so I don't know. I just need to talk to Bret, and you tell him no.
Stay with him forever and ever and never, ever leave.
Exactly.
Everything's never or forever.
Yes.
With Daisy.
All hyperbole.
It's very important when you're doing a Daisy impression to do nevers and forevers.
Yes.
And evers.
100.
Now, one of my favorite parts about that scene is Heather and Daisy are upstairs. Destiny was talking to Heather before Daisy pulled her aside. And then Destiny is standing at the bottom of the stairs, eavesdropping so
just here's
hard.
The whole conversation.
And the camera like will cut over the edge of the balcony to like look at Destiny just looking up. Like bending her ear to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Just totally eavesdropping. So she catches it all. It kind of doesn't matter though, because the beans get spilled anyway. It's not like a big secret that she has to hold on to.
Yeah.
She like gets
Heather
pulled in.
keeps a secret.
Yeah. No, I mean Destiny.
Oh yeah.
Who was like eavesdropping, you know? So Heather like drunkenly pulls Megan and Destiny into a bathroom. This is a very girl move. They're all like in the bathroom together.
Meet me in the bathroom.
Yeah. And it's all about
Doing cocaine?
yes. No. Daisy and Charles.
Oh, got it. Yes,
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. Now, can we talk about it's panning back to
what's
Bret
going on?
and the boys shout out in capital letters with 3 exclamation points to Dave and Buster's.
Dave and fucking Buster's.
They must have paid some high dollar advertising money.
I feel like they must have.
Because it was repeated probably 5 times that they were at Dave and Buster's.
And that Bret loves to go there, and it's a great
And
place.
it's a great
to get
place.
Great food. Get a drink.
He did an actual commercial for them in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at a certain point, after they're like talking at the bar for a while, him and the men, and then it's like, now the boys are gonna go play some games.
Yeah.
And it like zooms in on each one of them, like playing a really cool game at Dave and Buster's.
Like, oh, did you know they have jumping jackpot? A skee ball? I had no idea. Do you think they'll play the Jurassic Park game?
I'm here for it because I love arcade games.
I know,
But,
yeah.
but I just did think it was really funny, like how much of a fucking commercial this is.
Honest to God, like all that was missing was somebody like going, nothing makes my day better than a Miller Lite and big buck hunter at Dave and Buster's.
Exactly.
Smile,
Exactly.
lens flare on the teeth, you know.
Dude, it's so awkward with all of the guys. It's like nobody really
They're all so
knows what to
douchey.
say. Yeah.
They don't know how to fucking like try and have a normal conversation with and recognize that, hey, this is Bret's show. Just like let your guard down and let Bret have his show.
Get it. It's like if you threw me in with a bunch of chicks that I didn't know at all and said hang out today.
Yeah.
I'd maybe be a little nicer than them, but it's still kind of like, okay, hi.
Yeah.
Who are you? All of our exes are dating this guy now.
Bret pulls Charlie aside at D&B.
Yeah.
And
I
tries
like
to...
they're calling him Charlie now.
Is it Charles?
Oh, it's Charles.
Oh, my bad. But we're on a Charlie basis,
Yeah.
him and I. He pulls him aside and tries to get the dirt out of him, but Charlie is a fucking tight-lipped Tony over here.
Yeah.
He doesn't say a word about the living situation.
Charles is just like, you know, he doesn't spill those beans. He does like he kind of like stands up for Daisy. Stands up is not the word,
No.
but he like holds Daisy up. He's
Yeah.
like seems to be very cool with the idea
And encouraging of the relationship she's
Bret
pursuing.
and potentially Daisy being together. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Jessica's gone completely off the fucking rails.
She is so drunk. She can't even like form sentences. She's like bawling on the
Her
stairs.
eyes are like fishing out. Like,
Yeah, it's not like the fake cry from last episode. It's
No.
like a real, like she's crying.
she
and,
crying.
And we're about to get our first puke.
Oh yeah,
Of the
season.
season.
Yes, and it's as she's
Yes.
eating a very David Hasselhoff croissant sandwich. It's in a very David Hasselhoff cheeseburger way.
She's like shoving this thing down her throat on the couch.
It's a Chris sandwich.
A Chris sandwich.
Her eyes in this scene. I need Brendy to clip that. There's a visual that is so hard to describe.
It's
but
haunting.
It is.
It's actually haunting.
Like she completely looks like a blow up doll.
like spaced out.
Her eyes are just dead, and she falls flat on the bed, completely lifeless.
They're
And
trying
you're
to like get her into bed, and she's like stiff as a board, like falling on top of Megan.
It's incredible.
With these like bulging eyes.
Yeah.
It's really
And obviously
weird.
smelling of puke at this point. Yeah. It's a real problem.
They've now at least run her through the shower, I think, because her hair is kind of wet.
Bret comes home during all of this with the rest of the guys.
And she goes in with her puke face
Jessica
and tries to make out with
runs
him.
right up to Bret and is like, I need you. And she's like so
Baby.
energized. And it would be so cute if she wasn't vomiting and blackout drunk.
Yeah.
This poor young girl.
This is who was it last season that like Brandy M.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
puked and then tried
squirt.
to kiss him.
Yep.
The squirt heard around the world. Exactly.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's it. This is finally the moment we get.
I know. This is what we've been needing this season.
And we
I
needed
hate to
Heather
say
to
it.
get there.
I hate to say it. Is that wrong that we needed these girls to be destroying themselves?
Well, listen.
with
There's
alcohol
a reason that we're
on
watching these shows
TV
and not current reality TV.
Yeah.
And it is because they got away with this outlandish,
I know.
horrible shit. We're not endorsing it. We're saying it's great television. We're not
Yeah.
saying go do this some more.
Yeah.
You know, Hollywood.
Exactly.
We're saying we have this.
I just feel
It's
kind
here.
of icky after watching the Girls Gone Wild documentary.
Oh, sure.
And it's like
And that's
the ploy is to get them drunk, and then they do stupid things on TV
Because
that they'll
they're drunk.
regret forever.
yeah.
And they don't even remember what they did.
Right. But at the same time, like, I think that they learned from season 1. They got them to drink less. I do think there's an element of avoiding any physical, sexual mishaps with alcohol by removing the guys.
Well, there
from-
aren't. To be fair, it's like Bret and Big John are usually the only guys.
But if one of the girls is blackout drunk and then throwing themselves on Bret
or crew
and doesn't
Right.
doesn't remember
right,
the thing that they agreed to when they were drunk,
right,
is that something the show runners want to
yeah,
have?
yeah.
You know. Anyway.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I think production dollars went up, and so rules also went up.
Yeah.
It's like if we're going to be involved in this project,
We-
these rules have to be in place.
We better make sure we can
Yeah.
take it to air.
Yeah.
So Bret and Heather are conferring
Yes.
about who's here for him
Yes. Yes.
and who's just here as a stepping stone to fame, Megan.
Yeah. That's basically it. Like, Megan's an opportunist. She was on Beauty and the Geek. So Heather's like spilling all of this to Bret. Jessica, Bret says, is too young for him. And I
That's a
gave that a
first.
big ha-ha.
Well, he says she's too young, not just in age, but in soul.
In soul. She's a young soul.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now you've just distinguished. I don't know, whatever. That's your line?
Yeah. It's
Gross.
yeah, dude. There's no such thing as too young in age,
Right.
But in spirit,
soul.
in soul.
She could be like 16 and an old soul, and I'm here for it.
Gross.
Yeah.
He'd probably say yes. I'm down. Now,
No, sorry. That is a strong allegation. I've never heard of Bret being with an underage woman.
well, Bret, why don't you come on here and address the allegations?
It's just the 23-year-olds that he keeps picking.
that's
It's like,
the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Megan, listen,
Megan's,
listen,
yes.
We aren't done with the crying.
Yes. Sorry, things get really good.
Yes. No.
So-
You want to get there.
Shout out Swig Chicago. Because Megan's ex-boyfriend is wearing his bar shirt, like we mentioned earlier, right? And so she's like, "You're wearing this shirt with your bar on it, or
promote your band
and your bar.
Why would you?
You're not really here for me."
This ridiculous shirt with the name of his bar and the city that it's in.
That you got to put that fucking shirt on air on VH1, where fucking millions and millions of people got to see that. You should be thanking me.
And he's like, "Guilty as charged."
And she's like, "Are you only here to promote your bar?
"You don't even care about me." So she like runs inside and starts crying to Amber, and it's everybody's still wasted, but still it's like really telling that like she would get that upset that this guy that she dated for a few months 2 years ago, she's still upset
And
about like how it ended.
And yes, and she's complaining to Amber like he didn't want to date, he didn't want to make me his girlfriend. Da 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 da. She's butthurt.
Yeah.
Like that didn't come out.
Yeah.
Before now.
No, she's like, we've never seen Megan get emotional like this at all in any way. And she's like clearly very hurt by this guy.
Yeah. And Amber is aware that we have not seen Megan cry at all.
Yeah.
Not about Bret, not about anything.
Yeah.
She is a soulless person, a homunculus, I believe I've used the word.
Everything's a joke with her.
Yeah.
It's like nothing is serious. There aren't any emotions. Like
and
whatever.
you can be as mean as you want, and you should never take anything personally, even if you're saying absolutely horrible shit.
Yeah.
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 And now she's crying over this guy. This who's not like I don't get it.
know.
I don't get it.
I know. She was like, I really wanted to date him, and he didn't want to date me.
Want me to be his girlfriend?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do more Megans
Yeah.
throughout the night. Oh, Tony Wonder and Daisy. We got them in the same place, Bret. Let them have it. What are we gonna do with Charlie
So
and Daisy?
I gave this a big what's going on.
What's going on?
And like we said earlier, every what's going on in this episode comes back to Daisy and Charles.
So what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
So Daisy starts by going, we're like best of fucking friends. But it's like we have no physical relationship for a long time.
I would never.
I would never. So it's like they're both confirming to Bret that they're just friends, that the physical part or the romantic part of their relationship ended a long time ago. And then Bret's question to Charles is like, would you be cool if Daisy ended up being my rock of love?
And it takes Charlie, my buddy Charlie,
Your
a
buddy
second.
Charlie.
He's wearing a wristband. He's wearing a wristband also.
Long jacket.
I can't. Every time I look at him, there's a new thing to just puzzle over.
Yeah.
But anyway, it takes Charlie a second, but he says he's
They have
okay
like
with.
skulls and crossbones,
Yeah.
and they almost goes up to his elbow. And
It's distracting.
yeah.
Anyway, he does say he's be okay if Bret dated Daisy.
Yeah.
But the wristband is again another element. How did we miss?
How did we miss this?
This guy's outfit is a problem.
So Bret says, I'm not sure I do believe what they're saying, but I want to believe it.
Yeah.
So it seems as though Daisy is safe for now.
It seems.
It seems as though.
So they're convening all together to say, hey, thanks, Exes, for going out and drinking beer and playing skee ball. And
Thanks for
promoting
coming into
Dave
this
and Buster's.
really fucking awkward situation that none of you really wanted to be in, but you all had something that you kind of wanted to promote or you wanted to be on TV.
Yeah.
So you were like, all right.
You were down.
Yeah.
I wonder if like Amber's exes were like, maybe it's too painful for them.
Right.
Maybe
I could see an ex-fiance being
of
like
7 years.
Yeah, being like, I'm not going to go on a reality show where she's trying to date another dude. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm out.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Amber, she's got all this delicious dirt on
Yeah.
Megan and her sobbing.
She scurries out to Bret just to
Yes.
make sure before elimination that she spills the beans about Megan being so upset about Josh.
And Amber's here to play the game, man.
She's getting serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
She's doing it in her Amber way. It's like really sincere and I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, these girls aren't here to be nice to me, even though I tried being nice to them. So
Yeah.
here I come.
Her claws came out and I kind of like it because she was a little boring before her claws came out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's got a little spunk to her.
Yeah, it's going a little
Yeah.
spunk. And so after Amber talks to Bret, Bret must talk to Megan.
He wants to settle it right here, right now.
I'm glad you wrote that down.
was
And Megan,
important.
who is hammered, runs into the bedroom and jumps into his arm and is like smiling and giddy and tries to distract him with makeouts and boobs.
Yeah. Basically, she you pointed out, but she literally does a booby shake in his face.
Like straddles him and like goes, look.
Yeah.
Like doesn't say look, but it's a look. There it is.
Yeah.
There's the booby waggle.
And he's trying to ask her about Josh, do you still have feelings for this guy? And she's like, oh my God, no, what are you talking about? Shut up. Blah, blah, blah. And starts making out with him again.
Yeah. No, it's are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, she's got me confused with somebody else.
She
Are
said
you
she
kidding
wasn't
me? No, you just gotta be confused with somebody else.
right.
Yeah, she's just totally blowing it off and then just starts making out with him again.
Yeah, because she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to connect with this old man. Even though she calls everybody in the house an old lady,
Yeah.
girl, you're trying to date an old man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get real.
And he is freaking here for it.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, whatever. I don't care.
Do your worst. Distract me as best as you can.
Yeah. And in light of what happens at elimination, it's like he made his decision right then.
Oh, yeah. 100%. He's like, I'm okay. You're trying to not talk about
yeah.
it. And
One last makeout.
yeah. And again, it's the forgettable 5.
Yeah.
Like it does feel like Bret is making easy decisions now.
Yeah.
It's not it's not his heart is like in danger and jeopardy.
And maybe that's why Heather was brought in too.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, things are. Wait, didn't this happen last season? Like the smaller the group gets, the less fun it gets.
Yes,
because
but then
you don't
they brought
have
in,
all the like off the wall personalities.
They didn't bring in they didn't bring in Exes, but they brought in the super fans.
Yeah.
Last season.
Yeah.
To kind of spice things up a little bit.
Totally.
And be like, hey, here's a girl that. Are they jealous of you or are you jealous of them?
Yeah.
You'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
But
so Heather's at elimination too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta believe that this is like was an attempt to be part of the ramp up for her show. Mm-hmm. Because they give her a lot of talking heads. They give her like a different background. They put her in interesting clothes. They give her a lot of time in talking heads to talk.
Oh my
they give her a lot of
God.
screen time in general. They leave her. I know. Chiquita's
Sorry,
being very cute.
Chiquita just like put both of her paws on my
And
lap.
she did the same thing to me.
Aw.
And so, but I do think that they were like, Heather, we're going to get you your own show.
Yeah.
We need to like get you a little more screen time. We'll get some free promo time.
Absolutely.
It was awful blatant.
She's getting like propped up by VH1. Like, okay, we're going to start promoting you.
Not only that,
Right?
she's going to be on next episode as well.
Yep. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
And then we all know how things end with that. But I guess we'll get there. We'll get there.
We will. Because it will be the end for Heather in many ways.
Yeah.
Amber gets a pass.
Amber
Destiny gets a
She
pass.
Yes. Yippee. Yay. It's Amber.
Destiny gets a pass. And then fucking Daisy gets a pass.
Yeah. And she actually makes this admission that there's some other stuff that she needs to tell Bret as soon as possible. And I'm like, okay. I even though we watched this season like a few months ago, I forget.
Maybe
what the
it's
other
that she's an
stuff
orphan,
is.
like I said.
You still think she's an orphan?
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. Daisy's past is definitely sketchy. Bret says it. And it is because she was raised by wolves.
Oh, Daisy.
Daisy gets past. We're down to Jessica and Megan.
They're those are the two that are on the chopping block.
And who do you think goes home? It's Megan.
It's Megan.
Megan, you got pegged as a fucking, status climber here.
Yeah. Jessica gets her pass. She says, I'll try not to throw up on you.
How she got downstairs, I have no idea.
Seriously. I know. She looks like she's hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She barely got her shit together to get down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Megan gets let go, and she just stares at Bret for like a long time and doesn't say anything.
She's real sad and real confused.
And she's like, I was supposed to. Why is he doing this to me?
Short-circuiting.
I'm gonna be devastated if I'm going home.
She's literally malfunctioning.
Yeah.
Like she just stands there and stares at him, and it's like this awkward silence where everyone's like, what is this girl doing?
Like the camera's cut around the room to everybody just like standing there with their mouths agape, wondering when is this woman going to walk out like everybody else
time
does.
For her to walk out of the house.
It's time to leave. Bye.
So Bret ends up having to walk her out.
So the second time Bret has had to do this.
Yeah, not in the same way that he walked Kristy Joe out.
Definitely not.
It's very much a get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
it's very
kinda
much
way.
like, are you refusing to leave?
Yeah.
Did you?
It's super Trumpian. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. She was storming the Capitol of the Rock of Love mansion. What are you going to do once you're in there? I'm going to take a shit on Bret's desk. I'm going to shit on his desk.
On his gear.
On his gear.
Respect the gear.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's really uncomfortable and funny.
Yeah.
Megan, you suck.
It's perfect for her.
Yeah. You're kind of a bad person, Megan. It's fine. We love to see you go.
Yeah, Bret's like, I wasn't really buying the story that she was here for me. And it's like, she wasn't.
Yeah. Megan is an interesting case of we love to see you leave, and we hate to see you walk away.
Oh, no.
Because there's no butt.
Oh, no.
There's zero butt on this woman.
You have a vendetta against Megan's butt.
It's not there. It doesn't exist.
Well, then you should be able to easily defeat it.
Her and Heather. My mortal enemy is the nega
Megan's
butt.
butt.
The nega butt. The butt void. And her and Heather should bond over their lack of butt.
Okay.
They have equally like
we-
non-existent butt cracks.
Can we stop picking apart women's bodies?
No, this is going to be a new segment.
Nope. I refuse. I will leave the podcast. I am not here for it.
All right, fine. Fine. Hey, it's the 90s. Come on. Let's play in this space.
Feels like
We're
it.
still watching this show waiting for Megan to leave, guys. I don't know if we've mentioned that.
Right. Like we were trying to tell you guys.
She stands there for a while.
It is still that part.
So
She's still standing there. She's getting walked out. He tries to like kiss her and she's like, no.
it isn't like that. It
Yeah.
isn't real.
Yeah. So she's visibly upset,
Yeah.
actually. As much as you think she's like an ice queen on the show, and she could be acting, I don't know. But she did say in at least one interview after this that she was for reals heartbroken.
Well,
It seems so weird because you don't really see them connecting, but I guess
No.
she like got attached or like, I don't know.
she just seems like the person who is incapable of attaching.
Yeah.
Well, give us where are they now, Ashley?
Okay.
What do you got? What do you got on our
Okay.
on our Megan?
For Megan Houseman, I hope I'm
Okay.
saying that right. Is
That
it
sounds-
Houserman or Houseman?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. Google it. Okay, so Megan was in Playboy before she was on Rock of Love. She was a Playboy cyber girl. But what's interesting about that is one of her fellow Playboy playmates,
Kristy Joe?
no, Jasmine Fiore,
Jasmine.
ended up
on
yes,
getting
so,
murdered.
Yes, so we've already talked about this several times on the podcast,
Yes.
but this is kind of a big what happened to them after the show thing that happened to Megan.
Yes.
Was, she went on to be in a bunch of other VH1 reality shows. She eventually had Megan Wants to Be a Millionaire. There was this guy, Ryan Jenkins, on Megan Wants to Be a Millionaire. He came in like third, I think, or something.
I think it was second.
Okay. He got close to the end, but he didn't win. But apparently she really liked him still, and they stayed in contact after that show. And then he went on to win I Love Money 3,
That's
which
right.
never aired
Right.
because why, Andy?
He murdered a woman, dismembered her body,
Jasmine Fiore.
burned off her fingerprints,
Yes.
pulled out her teeth,
Yes.
and they were only able to identify the murder victim, Jasmine, by the serial numbers on her implants.
100%. It's
Stuffed her body in a suitcase.
horrific. We watched a whole it's called The Playboy Murders.
Yeah, it's
It's
episode
on
1.
Max.
Yeah,
Episode 1.
and they interview Megan.
She's in it a lot, actually. Yeah. And as much as I have totally screwed up that story several times on this podcast, it's like now we know the whole
It
story.
is firmly etched in our mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So it was absolutely horrible. Megan really liked the guy, Ryan
Yeah,
Jenkins, and
they
they
had
were
a
still
connection, quote unquote.
texting at the time that he murdered
Yeah,
his wife. Yeah, they
Yeah.
had gotten him and Jasmine got married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, really crazy. And basically the end of VH1 Celebrialities.
that's that. I Love Money 3, the end.
Yeah.
You might have had For the Love of Ray J, but that was a very different style of show. It was still a good, funny show, but then you end up with shows more like Basketball Wives and things
Right.
that aren't as intensely goofy dating shows.
Right.
Yeah.
They shifted. And there was like that ended this era. Like VH1 was on top in a lot
Yeah.
of ways for a while, and it was like, all right, this is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta call it a day.
There were like lots of lawsuits involved. Obviously, like how could this guy be on a VH1 show. He had an
He had
actual record.
Yeah, a domestic violence record, I believe, in Canada.
Yeah, he was a real crazy dude.
This
super narcissist, super full of himself. Yeah.
The listener didn't know that they signed up for Mock of Love, and then they got the true crime episode of Mock of Love.
I know. Guys, watch that episode of the Playboy Murders. It's crazy.
It's worth your time, and it is absolutely insane. And if you have watched Rock of Love at all,
you'll be interested.
Yeah, you'll definitely take an interest in that.
And Megan looks great, by the way. I thought she still looks beautiful. She's married to, I think, a pro golfer.
Oh.
His name is Darren Edward.
Okay.
At least as of a few years ago, they were still married. She's a mom. She had a baby, I think in 2014.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I think it sounds like Megan's doing pretty good.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Is it time for a eulogy? Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, bow your heads.
Mm-hmm.
Dear VH1 Heavenly Father, we're here to bless to the earth our dearly departed Megan. Megan, you were kind of shitty, and nobody liked you. Maybe Jessica. But I just want to know.
I just want to know.
What do you want to know?
Okay.
Why are you such a homie hopper? Why do you like reality TV shows so much? You were kind of funny on Beauty and the Geek, but even then, I didn't like you. Anyway, we see you on Charm School, and you get your ass beat at the reunion by Sharon Osbourne, and it makes my fucking day. In VH1's heavenly genderless name, amen.
Amen. I've heard that I think it was from an I Love Money. She was a fan favorite on one of those seasons.
Megan?
Yeah.
I Love Money is
she manipulated. I haven't watched it, but apparently she played everybody.
I Love Money is one of those things where it's like Daisy of Love to me is the peak of the comedy in these shows.
Yeah.
The comedy peaked there. But at the same time, I Love Money is better. I Love Money is hysterical and wacky, and because it's a competition, it's like there's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
And it's all these VH1 fame whores.
Yeah, yeah.
All in one place.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I'm here
delicious.
for it. I've never watched any of them.
I had no idea going in. When I first went into watching I Love Money, I was like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a Survivor guy. Oh my God. It's incredible. Anyway. Anything else? Anything you're enjoying in life, babe? You're almost finished with your book, I know.
I am. It's getting really good. I'm doing a lot of yoga. It's really very good for me. And
Today's sponsor, yoga.
Yoga. Do it, guys.
Do a stretch. Do a stretch, break a sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the only two things. Those two. I think I'm trying to not have a lot going on because of the cancer.
I know. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We got chemo coming up, but
yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna kill all that cancer.
You had a meeting with the radonc, as they call him, the radonc, the radiation oncologist, and yeah, it's gonna be brutal, but that's because I'm gonna come out the other side without cancer. So that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am enjoying the show I mentioned earlier when I was referencing our boy Adam. Common Side Effects.
It's wonderful.
Common Side Effects on Max.
We haven't shouted that out yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a show about it. David. Well, first of all, Mike Judge made it.
Yeah.
David Cross is in it.
You know it's going to be perfect if Mike Judge is involved.
Yeah. And it's about a dude who is being chased by a pharmaceutical company because he has found a magic mushroom that heals everything.
Like anything, like gunshot wounds,
death, dementia.
Yeah,
you know, like it's a fun show. It's funny and it's also like suspenseful. Anyway, I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, it's real good. Good shout out.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right, house cleaning. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mock of Love and leave us comments, send us memes, and whatever else you want. Mock of Love is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, #boobs. Please subscribe to us at all these places. It really helps us. So also make sure you're following us on our socials at Instagram. We are mol.podcast, Blue Sky at MOL Podcast. Find us on TikTok at Mock of Love Podcast, all spelled out. We're not on X. And man, you shouldn't be either. It feels so good.
Doesn't it feel good?
It feels so good every day to wake up and realize I don't have that stupid app on my phone and that we're not there. I'm not looking at the things that are there.
Yeah.
Feels good, man.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Good vibes only. Toxic positivity. I'm here for it.
Here for it.
Well, in that case, I think we've got ourselves a program, Ashley.
Yeah.
So until next time,
Will you continue to stay in this house and rock our world?
Have a great week, everybody. Mock of Love is produced by Andy and Ashley. All views and comments do not necessarily reflect the views of Andy and Ashley, so ease up on us. If you enjoyed this romp through reality shows past, please follow, like, subscribe, and leave us a comment wherever you listen to podcasts.